And welcome to Malaysia as we head into the all-important qualifying session. The drivers are raring to go and we're just waiting for the lights to go green to signify the start of the qualifying hour. Last year we saw a wonderful race here in Malaysia and I'm expecting another fascinating weekend to come here in Kuala Lumpur.
Well, there are at least 3 or 4 other drivers that could be strong contenders for a front row start tomorrow. So it's difficult to predict who will come out on top, but it's certainly going to be an exciting qualifying session today.
Hey there guys, it's Tom and welcome back to a brand new video, and this is episode 2 of my F1 2015 career mode as Kimi Raikkonen, and we're here in Malaysia and this is actually qualifying, not practice, and the reason being is because I've actually decided to scrap the practice sessions on the series because they're pretty much pointless. What I'll do is turn a couple of laps, but generally all my practice is done in time trial, so I did put it in for the first race just to show off David Croft and Anthony Davidson, like the new commentary feature, but from now on it'll just be qualifying and the race, and hopefully you guys can appreciate that. It's basically just to get into the thick of things, and practice is a bit kind of like a pointless thing. So here we are then in qualifying at Malaysia, and we're setting up for a lap, and as you can see it's actually spitting with rain, so this is going to be our one and only flying lap due to the rain. And as you can see, Hulkenberg actually overtook us there. We went for a wider entry onto the lap and Hulkenberg actually got past us, so it's going to compromise our exit into turn 1 as we go up the inside of Nico Hulkenberg there, and we take the inside line for turn 2 and we make sure we overtake him, and this should hopefully set us on our way for the lap, as I think Hulkenberg actually spun there out of turn 2, so lucky we got ahead of him there. And here we are coming into the first sector split, and there's literally no times on the board right now because we're going out straight away. The session's only just started, so we're one of the first cars on track, and we just want to try and get a lap in and see how we can get us up the grid. So here we are going through the two fastest, or the two most enjoyable corners on the track, which are the left and right chicane, and now we come into the double right-hander, and we actually missed the apex in the first one on purpose to get a better run through the second apex, and it was very nice that I took through there. I was quite pleased with that, as now we brake really hard for the first corner on the track, the hairpin down to second gear, make sure you hit the apex and then don't spin on the exit as we hit the second sector split. And it's okay so far, pretty tight lap but not the fastest. I've actually in time trial and a bit of practice before, my lap times were actually a bit faster, so probably due to the conditions that we're probably going a bit slow, but nevertheless, as we come into the penultimate corner here, we actually got on the curb a bit, and that's going to affect our line a bit through the corner as we get our first lap time, and it's Daniel Ricciardo there, and actually now Rosberg goes even faster, so we've got a bit of a benchmark there to match, so we're going to see if we can actually beat that lap from Nico Rosberg as we come into the final corner, braking actually quite early there, a bit too early for my liking, and we're going to actually take a bit of a wide line, which is going to affect our exit a bit as we open up the DRS and we come across the line, and we're going to come home for a 4th place, so very disappointing qualifying there, and not the sort of thing Kimi Raikkonen wanted here at Malaysia.
What a session it's been for Mercedes today. They've locked the front row of the grid for tomorrow's race.
Well, it's going to be an interesting race towards the first corner tomorrow, because whoever leads into turn 2 will be in a very strong position to go on and win.
Good afternoon and welcome from Sepang for what is going to be a fascinating race. It's the Malaysia Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton starts on pole today, and with the blistering pace he's shown all weekend long, it shouldn't come as a surprise if he leaves the opposition in his wake during the race today.
He'll want to end this weekend on a high after yesterday's fantastic performance, but he's going to have a lot of competition. I doubt he'll be expecting an easy race, especially considering the teams around him.
What a race it was for Sebastian Vettel last time out. The German was back to his best and put in an almost flawless performance.
Well, after winning those 4 world titles back-to-back, Seb certainly struggled to adapt to the new hybrid V6 era. True to the saying, form is temporary and class is permanent, he's back to winning Grand Prix and showing just what a great talent he is.
So here we are then on the grid at Malaysia as we get up to 5 red lights, and we're going to get the Malaysian Grand Prix underway right now, and we're going to start from 10th place in the end, so very disappointing qualifying from us, and we've already been mugged off at the start as we're getting a bit of a wiggle coming off the line, and we're going to get mugged left, right and centre by all the cars, and we're going to go down to 15th place where we're going to try and go up the inside off turn 1, then we're going to go up into 12th place temporarily and then make that 11th, and then also P10 as we overtake Roman Grosjean going around the outside off turn 1, and we're now going to try, we've got ourselves back up to original starting position, and we're now going to try and make inroads to the cars ahead of us. So here we are behind Felipe Nasr as we go into turn number 4, I believe it is, and we're going to go up the inside of the Brazilian there, and a nice clean tidy move, and we're up in the 9th place, and a very nice overtake there, and we're now going to try and hunt down Daniel Ricciardo and we're going to see if we can try and get past him because he's stuck behind Felipe Massa, so that might come into our hands as he's going really slow through the right-hander there, and we're going to try and go up the inside of the double right-hander. He gives us the space and we're going to take the position, and thank you very much there, and we're going to make the move up into 8th place. So good overtaking so far, and considering we went down to 15th place on the start there, nice little comeback there in the first half of the lap. As we now enter the second half of the lap, second sector split as we just cross it, and we're behind Felipe Massa and Nico Hulkenberg. Can we try and overtake them two cars anytime soon? We get a bit of a wiggle there out of that right-hander as we come into the penultimate corner on the track, and Massa's going to try and go up the inside of Hulkenberg. We actually take both of them. Hulkenberg's still there on our outside, but we managed to run him out of road, and we're up into 6th place, and a brilliant double overtake there from us. But down this pit straight, not the pit straight, the back straight, we're going to get mugged off by Hulkenberg and then Felipe Massa as we're going 3 wide into the final corner. Who's going to blink as we have a bit of contact with Hulkenberg there? We actually managed to get past Felipe Massa, and we're going to try and slipstream Hulkenberg down the pit straight. Can we try and overtake Nico Hulkenberg into turn 1? We're in the slipstream, we're going to go to the inside, and can we outbrake the German? We're going to have to wait and see as we hit the 100-metre board, brake nice and late. We're going to take the inside line, and that is us presumably up into 6th place, and very good in there overtake after that. Insane move from the AI going 3 wide into the final corner. I haven't seen that before in Codemasters F1 games, so that's a brilliant thing to see from that AI. And skipping on to lap 2, we're now behind Daniel Kvyat, and we're actually going to get a much better run at the double right-hander, and as we go up the inside of the hairpin, we make the move up into 5th place. And so far, really good pace from us this race, and we're really making inroads in the cars ahead of us. Now skipping on to the end of lap number 7, onto the start of lap number 8. And we're now behind Valtteri Bottas. And as you can see, we've actually got DRS, so we've caught up to the Finnish driver, and we've actually managed to get DRS, and he's stuck in traffic behind the Marussia, who's in front of him. I think there's Will Stevens there. That's actually Roberto Merri. So we're going to see if we can try and pass him. Sebastian Vettel was also just in front of us there, so a couple more positions up for grabs, and maybe a podium's on the cards here as we go downhill through turn number 3. And can we try and overtake Valtteri Bottas anytime soon into turn number 4? Bottas goes up the inside of Merri there at turn 4. And we're going to try and follow him through to not lose any time, and that has put us right on the back of Valtteri Bottas as we go through turns 5 and 6, the left and right chicane. And Bottas is going really slow, and we're going to try and go up the inside maybe of turn 6. No, we can't, but we are going to go now. We get much better traction out the corner, and we're going to fly past Bottas into the double right-hander, and we're up into 4th place. So really good stuff so far. And skipping on to the end of lap 9, Vettel and Rosberg are battling, and they're going to go side by side into the pits, which means we're going to have to go round for another lap here, and we're going to see if we can try and make the overcut. We are going to go into 1st place temporarily as Lewis Hamilton also pitted. Skipping on to the end of lap number 10, and we are going to come into the pits for our pit stop here from the leader of the race, and we're going to see if we can try and maybe overcut Nico Rosberg and Sebastian Vettel, who were pitting side by side like I mentioned in the lap before. As we come into our pit box here, we're going to see if we can try and get a good pit stop, and hope for the best from the Ferrari boys as we come into our pit box here, and we're going to see what the pit stop is like, and it's going to be a 2.5, so a standard pit stop there from the boys. And we're going to go down pit lane now. We're going to see where exactly we rejoin. Hamilton's coming down the pit straight, and he's presumably going to pass us for 1st place, but will we try and jump Vettel on Rosberg? We have to wait and see as we come out the pit, and there's Vettel, I believe, and Vettel has actually passed us, so we've taken one of the two. Rosberg's right behind us, as you can see in the mini-map, so we've managed to overtake one of the two, and it's now Ferrari 2-3 in the Malaysian Grand Prix. Now skipping on to lap number 11, onto the start of lap number 12, and we can't seem to catch Vettel on these fresh tyres, and Rosberg's actually on the back of us with DRS, and he's going to go up the inside of turn 1. Can he make the move? We're going to have to try and brake nice and late, but Rosberg has gone for the move, and he's actually beating us for 4th place. We're actually getting stuck into the back of him there for some reason, but he's managed to make the move nevertheless into 3rd place, and we're now down to 4th. Now skipping on to lap number 12 later on the lap, and we've actually got a brilliant run on Rosberg, and we're going to go up the inside of the double right-hander there, and a really nice sweet overtake there, getting a brilliant run out of turns 5 and 6, and that put us on the back of him, and we can go up the inside of turn 7, and a brilliant overtake there from us. And skipping on to the end of lap number 12, we've actually got a car in the pits there, I believe, who's a lap car, and we've got Rosberg once again in our DRS, who's right behind us, and he's surely going to try and go for the move up the inside once again. And Rosberg goes up the inside of turn 1, and we're going to try and hang it around the outside of the German. Can we take the inside line through turn 2? Yes, we do. Can we run Rosberg out of road? Yes, we do as well. And that is us back up into third place. And a good defending from us here so far this race. And Rosberg really is putting us under some serious pressure as we skip onto the end of lap number 13. And once again, Rosberg is on the back of us and he's in DRS range. Will he make the move once again? He goes up the inside, and we're actually going to not really defend too hard. We're going to let him pass because we're going to try and go for the Wally Fox move where we're going to try and get the DRS down the pit straight to try and pass him once again. And Rosberg actually gets an insane exit, and he is running in rich mix. And as you can see, he's just powering away with that Mercedes engine, and we've got no chance. Even with DRS, we're nowhere near Rosberg. And Bottas is also going to try and have a sniff up her inside. We're going to try and cover it and make sure he does not overtake us there. And he's still there, but I think we are going to run him out of road. Yes, we do. And Bottas does not manage to get the move up into 4th place, and we managed to keep our position. And on the end of lap number 17, we're going to come in for our pit stop. And these tyres really did not work too well for me in the second stint, and we've actually gone backwards. So we're going to come into the pits. We're going to put on the prime tyres and hope for the best. We're putting in a lap earlier than expected, and we're going to try the undercut, and we're going to see if we can make it work for us as we go onto the prime tyre into our pit box. And we're going to see what the Ferrari mechanics can do for us here. And it's a usual 2.4 pit stop, so good stuff there once again from the Ferrari boys. And we're going to rejoin the track any second, and we're going to see if we can try and get an undercut on Nico Rosberg to try and seal our 3rd place as we rejoin the track here in 5th place, I believe. Yes, we do, 5th place. And Bottas also pit behind us as well that lap, so we're not going to lose any places to him. And skipping on to the end of lap 19, we're actually coming, as you see, Rosberg's coming out of the pits there, and we're going to try and go around the outside. He's on cold tyres, and we've got nice warm tyres, and that's going to allow us to go clean around the outside of him there. And that's a good overtake for 3rd place, and we've made the undercut work, you could say. So good stuff there from us, and we're back into 3rd place, into the podium positions with 9 laps left to go in the Grand Prix, which is good to see. And as you can see ahead of us, we've got 2 lap cars, Stevens and Perez, who are actually, I think they're scrolling for position, I'm not sure, but they're actually going quite slow, and they're actually going to get in our way as we hit the back of Perez almost there, going through the turns 5 and 6, and we do actually hit Perez there. We managed to negotiate the traffic nicely, and we managed to clear both of the cars, and they're skipping onto the end, or not the end, sorry, onto the start of lap 24, and we're behind Felipe Nasr. And can we make a move on the lap car, because the lap cars for some reason in this game tend to go really slow. As you see, Nasr's slowing us down. We just tapped the back of him there, and that affects our line, and Rosberg's going to get past. But we're going to re-overtake Rosberg through turn 5 as Nasr slows him down, and we're going to go up the inside of Nasr this time and get him out of our way. We do hit him once again, and that's going to make Rosberg re-overtake us once again. And this is a brilliant scrap proposition here with me and Rosberg constantly changing places, and this is brilliant stuff from the AI here. And on lap 25, Rosberg's behind Fernando Alonso, who's going slow, who's in the lap car. And Rosberg once again is going to be held up through turns 5 and 6, which is going to allow us to go up the inside of Nico Rosberg, maybe into turn 7. Off the way and see. We're going to try and go for the dive bomb. Yes, we do. We make the move. And can we overtake Fernando Alonso also up the inside? Alonso actually going to let us through, I believe, down this little straight. Yes, he does. He moves to one side and lets us through for a change. So very nice driving there from Alonso, letting us through. And now skipping on to the final lap of the race. And we're behind Sebastian Vettel, who's been held up by Mary, and that's going to allow us to go up the inside of him, and we're going to get up into 2nd place. And this was actually a really unlikely finishing position, but because of Roberto Meri slowing down Sebastian Vettel, that is going to allow us to get up into 2nd place. And with only a few more corners left to go, can we hold on to this? The prime tyres really have not worked for me, but thanks to the lap traffic, I've come back into play for the podium. And it should be a brilliant result if we can hold this, because considering we was down at 15th at one point going to turn 1 of the first lap, this is a brilliant race from us, and we can hold the position, and that'd be great. Hamilton is going to win the race, but as you see, Vettel is right on our gearbox as we go through the penultimate corner, and Vettel is going to try and overtake us into the final corner. We're going to have to try and defend as hard as we can, and we're pretty much defenseless because we've got no DRS. And here comes Vettel. He's going to try and go up the inside, but we're going to cover it, and he's going to have to go to the outside. We're going to brake as low as we can up the inside. We're going to also try and make sure we cut him off. Vettel is going to try and get the switch back on us, but he's not close enough, and we're going to get the exit out of the final corner, and we're going to come across for a brilliant 2nd place here at the Malaysian Grand Prix. And what result that was, with Vettel also getting on the podium for Ferrari, and overall a brilliant race for both of us really, and that was action packed and great stuff to see there.
There are the results for this weekend's Grand Prix, and it's Lewis Hamilton who moves up to the top of the drivers' table after his win here today.
It's a position that Lewis is familiar with, and he'll be keeping his feet on the ground, but he knows that every point counts and that he's off to a great start.
After all that excitement, it's time for a lie down, I think. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye until the next race.
So yeah guys, that was the Malaysian Grand Prix. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Lewis Hamilton wins the race, we come in second, and Vettel rounds off the podium. And in the Drivers' Championship, as you can see, Hamilton is leading the way, and Vettel was actually matching him on points, so them two are neck and neck. And we're only 4 points behind, with Nico Rosberg 16 points behind. So the top four is actually really close so far, 2 races into the season, and things are definitely looking good for Ferrari so far, as we are getting a couple of podiums, which is good stuff for the team. And I'm sure they'll be pleased with that. As we look at the constructors, and Ferrari actually, we're leading, so we're 12 points to Mercedes, so hopefully we can keep it up throughout the season, because that would be a great victory. We can win the constructors and maybe the Drivers' Championship. But nevertheless guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time at China. So from me, goodbye.